Composite figures look intimidating, but they're really just simple shapes glued together or one shape cut out of another. That's really it. An L shape is just two rectangles. Let's find the area of this shape that is really just a rectangle with a triangle on top of it. So the rectangle has a width of 10 and is 6 units tall. The triangle has a height of 4 sitting on top of the rectangle. Let's find the area. So the area of the rectangle is 6 times 10, which is 60, and the area of the triangle is 10 times 4 times 1/2, because that's 1/2 area of base times height, so that's 20. So 60 plus 20 is 80. That is the area. Now let's find the area of a shaded region. So we have a square with side lengths of 8 and a circle inscribed inside the square, touching the sides of the square, which means the diameter of that circle is 8. And we need to find the area that is inside the square but outside the circle. So we find the area of the square first, which is 8 times 8, and that's 64. And then we're going to subtract the circle. So the area of the circle is 4 squared times pi r squared, so 16 pi. And the area that is inside the square but outside the circle is 64 minus 16 pi. To find the perimeter of a composite shape, we just add up all of the lengths. So for this figure, we're given all of the lengths, 8, 3, 5, 4, 3, and 7, and we just add them up. So that one's pretty easy. Let's talk about an example that has a curve instead of a side. So basically looking at a track shape, a rectangle 12 long with a semicircle at each end with a 6 unit diameter for the semicircle. In order to find the perimeter of this shape, we just need to add the lengths of the rectangle, so 12 plus 12, and then we need to find the length of the semicircle arcs. So 2 pi r gives you the circumference of an entire circle. The radius of this semicircle is 3 because the diameter is 6. 2 pi r would be 6 pi. However, we need to multiply that by 1/2 because we have half the circumference, not the full circumference. Each semicircle arc on each end of this figure has a length of 3 pi. So the correct answer is going to be 24 plus 6 pi. The sides of the rectangle add up to 24, and then the semicircle arcs are each 3 pi. Add them together, that's 6 pi, and you get the perimeter. Now try to put some of these concepts together to answer this question. Pause the video and try to answer before watching my explanation. A rectangle is 12 long and 8 wide. A semicircle of diameter 8 is cut out of one short end. What is the area of the remaining figure? All right, hopefully you paused and did this question. The area of the entire rectangle, if it did not have a semicircle cut out of it, would be 96. So we start there, 96, and then minus the area of the semicircle. A diameter of 8 means there's a radius of 4. So 4 squared pi would be the area of an entire circle, 16 pi. But there's a semicircle, half of the circle, cut out. So that's 16 pi over 2. So that's 8 pi. So 96 minus 8 pi gives you the area of this figure.